Hello everybody, it's Peter, KJ5AJB here again. Got a new video for you today and going to go over some of the controls in SDRconnect. There's been a few updates to it, so I'll go over some latest release notes too. My last video, I noted that they had instituted rig control, which has been pretty nice. They've been doing some bug fixes, so the software still has a few glitches in it here and there, but they're working on it and they're bringing more features to it as they go along. So anyways, let's go ahead and get to it. Get you a nice glass of iced tea or whatever you're drinking today, a nice cold beverage, and let's go. All right. The channel news for today for ham radio crib notes. I was quite surprised over the weekend and this morning more. I hit 488 subscribers over the weekend, and then I just looked before starting my video recording here, and I'm up to 494 now. That's great. I appreciate it, guys, and thank you for your support. I hope you're enjoying the content, and we'll just keep the things going. I get my little signs here. So don't forget to mash that thumbs up button. Subscribe. Share it with your buddies. Hopefully there's some pretty good info here for y'all. And if I happen to miss anything or you got anything to add to today's video, go ahead and put it in the comments down below there, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Sometimes YouTube's a little late on sending me notifications for when somebody sends a comment, and I've found times 2 days later there's something there. And so just kind of bear with it, and we'll get to it. So I'm going to go over the latest release nights. We're on build 1.0.5, and that was released on October 4th. Of this year. And let's see, what do we got here? Linux installers will only check for Ubuntu compatible packages now. To skip dependency checks on unsupported Linux distributions, use replace example.run with download.run installer file name. So I'm sure your Unix guys understand what that's saying. Not supported, and that is, it says that's what you use. Not supported equals true /example.run, but you can see these on the release notes on SDRplay's website. The Linux minimum ham live supported version said is 4.5, and they recommend 4.5.5 to 4.6.5. All right, some corrected defects. Pressing tab repeatedly or holding it down could cause SDRconnect to unexpectedly quit. MP3 library was missing from the Windows installer. Mac OS server would abort due to a bind failure. And I noticed some guys had noted that on their Facebook page. Mac OS server would not, I already did that one. Cleaned up server list of streamable sources. Ham live bridge missing from the Linux ARM64 installer. Rig control, OmniRig interface updated to support either PM-Freak or PM-Freak-A as defined in the rig INI file. So that's pretty much it for that. And I'm going to quit notes. Let's see here, and then we'll move over to my main display. Here. All right. Do this again here. So up here in the left corner, you've got your play button to start whatever you have selected in the box here. I got my RSP1B and then those other networked ones I did in a previous video. Okay, up in the left-hand corner here, we've got the start-stop button for your stream, for your devices, whether it's your local device or a network device, which is Usually in this list here, you can see my RSP1B there. And then I've got those other network servers I had in there from a previous video. This says refresh for your devices. If you click this, you'll see it says refreshing here. And then once it gets done, it'll come back with either your device or your list of networks. Okay. So let me go ahead and hit the play button here. We'll get that baby going. Spread this out a little bit here. All right. So they add VRX, will add another stream, this plus button here. So I'll click that, and you'll notice we get a whole nother set down here at the bottom. So you can actually set this guy to a different frequency if you want. Actually, both of them followed it, but anyways. And you can get sound out of both of them at the same time. So that's a pretty nice feature there. So then, let me see, and then up here in the upper right, you can close that out and go back to your normal display. Next button here is your device settings. Got your sample rate for whatever you want to set it to. Let's crank it up a little bit. Let's go up to 6 and see what we get. And then IFAGC is here. You can go to AGC settings and change them here. I've got it set to auto over in the other dialog box to the right. This shows your system gain, your IF gain here, RF gain here. So you can move that up or down. The next one is network information. If you're running the NRSP-SD device or you're got an SDRconnect server running in the background. This is your display settings, so you can set your FFT size here. Window. We'll play with this a little bit. Or if I did, let's go up one there and go to sign 5 here. Then you can play with your rates, your reference levels, the base. So that's set at -145 right now. Your spectrum average and your waterfall average. You get a waterfall gain and a waterfall con. Let me see. In there. I don't see what that tells me. I'll find out though. All right, then we'll come over here to the right, and you got plus or minus for the zoom controls for your span here. So it says it's at 73%, 80, 86, 93, 100%. However far you want to zoom in on the display there. The hand is for enabling touch controls if you got a touch screen. Got your volume control here for adjusting the volume up and down. If you want to mute it, you go all the way up here to the right corner, and there's that little speaker there. Click on it. Turns blue. Now it's not muted. Okay. Right now we're on 14 meg, so it's on upper sideband. In this box, you got your mode. Filter preset is 2.8. Let's bump her up to 3. That way we can play with the other box over here in a little bit. Tuning step size, you can choose here, but I usually set it for 500 because it seems to tune similar to like my transceiver does, my Kenwood over there that way. All right, let me minimize that and we'll open up AGC squelch. I've got the AGC on, so it's automatic. Profile is medium. Threshold is right about there. Squelch I don't have turned on. And you got a squelch threshold here. White noise blanker. There you go. And then you got a noise blanker threshold you can set there. The next window is audio. So audio device is default, or you can actually specify which one you want it to go to here. Audio routing is for your speak channels, left or right, or both. Noise reduction strength is set to 100 here, so you got audio filters and limiters you can turn on or off. AM low cut filter, single side button low cut. I haven't messed with any of them. I just left them at their default. In FM, so that's probably noise FM low cut, and CW shift offset there. NFM de-emphasize, RDS decoder, WFM stereo. It's for your FM channels, and WFM de-emphasize. It gets defaulted at 50 microseconds right now. You got WFM low cut and high cut. So here's all these others, so you can see them down in here too. So, and okay, that's that one. I don't really change much in that one. Just maybe turning the noise reduction on or off. The bands. So you got a keypad. As you can see here, you got a keypad, or you can select bands. So this toggle here, you have ham bands low, ham bands high, broadcast bands, and other bands. Looks like there's a CB band HF here. And a Marine, NOAA, Polar Sat, VOR, CBHF. So, and when you click on one of these, it'll change it to a different. So if I click on 40 meter now, see it changes there. Go back to 20 meter, goes back to that. And there's a keypad, which I don't fart with much, but if you want to direct in or something, you can punch it in right there. Other options, you can pick your waterfall palette here. So select that. You've got Spectran. You can see that down here where it changes. Home. Spec EXT. That's the one I generally use. WinRAD. RGB. Black and white. It's almost kind of a grayscale. And Spectacle is the last one. So back to that. Power display is both. So you can do S meter only, measurements only, or none. So basically, that's this right up here. Where those readouts are right there. You can have either one, the other, or none. Or both. Measurement mode is RMS or peak. So if I go to peak, display stats, swap digits, fill spectrum, turn frequency ticks, we'll turn them on. That's the little tick marks down below here. These individual ones in between, you'll see here if I turn that off, they go away. Format markers. Just gives you the spectrum hold. Gives you some hold to it. So that's kind of handy if you need that. All right. So let me tune somebody in here. Go back to this thing. It's at 100 hertz still. Go back to 500. All right. Got something up here. Let me unmute this for a minute.
Oh my God, I gotta friggin' check into this friggin' net.
So you can see that I got something there.
Here I am.
So even though you have, like over here in your filter preset set at 3K.
And I'll turn it over to you and let you make the next call. Go ahead.
You can go over here to this upper right window.
HF, West Coast moderator for the A13 group.
And you can grab this.
Formal rank chewing group that's devoted to advanced
I guess I got it.
class and DX operations.
Put your display.
We meet Monday, Wednesdays, and
So you can narrow that up. And it actually reads it out on the screen there. Your bandwidth.
GHF listening for calls.
Alpha 9, Yankee Papa.
Widen it out.
There was that Yankee Papa again.
Yeah, did you get any of those?
So you can play with your notch a little bit there.
Roy? I can pick them up.
So then,
No way, they were down in the swamp.
Okay, who's the Yankee Papa again, please?
That's Alpha 9, Yankee
so
Papa.
we'll go over the controls up here. And let me mute this guy so we can
The
hear.
name is J. Juliet Alpha Yankee. I'm located in Greenwood, Indiana.
Got your OGS display settings. So if I click this, you can do your FFT size and your sign there, similar to the other window. Your rate, your reference levels, your base, spectrum average, waterfall average, waterfall gain, and waterfall con. Minimize that. So you can turn noise blanker on here. On or off. Preview filter, off or on. I already showed you this. That lets you adjust that. And this here toggles your notch editing. So you can also, on the right here, zoom in here. And you can see your waterfall catching up here. All right. So under this base window here, you've got audio aux SP is what we're on right now. That's aux spectrum, audio spectrum, MPX spectrum, and RDS. So, all right, under this, if I click the audio SP here, this one here, you get the actual audio peak right there. The MPX SP is not supported by my device, and neither is the RDS. So it's whatever the other SDRplay devices have can access those. And so this is for your audio recording here. That's your start stop, and this is the settings. So we'll go to the settings first. So you can select what type. So you got pulse code modulation, IQ, and MP3. MP3 is the latest one they added. And the source is the primary spectrum. I guess if you had more than one up there, you could do both. So, Okay, yeah, like I said, you can do either your primary or like what I showed you earlier, you could add another spectrum there. Pre-roll audio, and you can use squelch if you want to. So you'll notice here, when I click to start this, it changes to a square, and you get a couple of view meters here. And then it shows the path where it's going to. So I guess it's defaulted to my documents here. I could have swore there was a way to set that as a destination. All right, yeah, so I guess it defaults to your documents folder. So, and then this is the file name it'll give to it. Looks like it's the file name with the date and a bunch of other data after. Oh, it's got like the frequency and everything in there. So the duration, file size, and pre-roll level on there. So the other thing is if you have one of these with a multiple antennas, one of their devices that has under this menu here, you can select, there'll be an option for that. It just depends on what device you have in there. So whatever the device is, this menu will change, just so you know. And so I think I've covered most of it there. And I've been liking this pretty good. It's been working really good, especially like now that they have the rig control, which, I need to go over that in the bottom window. When you're running rig control, down here in the bottom right, you click on this, it'll give the status of it. So like right now it says false, it's not connected. That on depending on I guess which rig control you're using, whether it's ham lab like us or OmniRig. This here is supposed to be the VFO setting and the received rig mode, but I've noticed on mine, because it uses ham lab, it doesn't seem to display anything in there. It just tells me it's connected and the primary source. Diversity is not supported on mine, so it's there are other items probably are. Oops, keep doing it. IQ playback is not supported for the current source. Your AGC, you can adjust in here. Fast, medium, slow, all of that. I think it's same as in the other areas too. And your device profile, I guess you can create one for each device you have. So, all right, down here to the bottom left, you've got your store from probably, that's your favorites list. Okay, you got a trash can to delete. If you select one, you want to get rid of it, you just click the delete button. Your settings, the source is the primary SP, which is your primary device here. If you have duplicates, you can make it replace the current entry if you're on the same frequency or whatever, you're trying to correct something. Import SDRuno.s1b file. I guess that's, you can actually import and export your frequency files and settings and stuff like that. And then you can unlock or lock the fields on this. So anyways, that's about it on this. And like I said, I've been enjoying using it. As a matter of fact, with the audio and stuff, I've actually been using my computer speakers with this over the speaker on my radio even. And another thing I found, even though my Kenwood has a DRV port that actually converts it to connection to the antenna, when you transmit, sometimes it'll still overload the front end of the RSP1B device. So I took the cable that runs from the device and to my receiver and ran it through one of them larger ferrite rings to make a choke there, and that's helped a lot. So if you have an issue with that, that's a nice little cure for it. The other way you can fix that is to put a receiver protection device in the front, and there's several different ways. Some of them are internal diode configurations, which once the power gets too high, it shorts at the ground. And other ones are more of a mechanical thing where you connect it to your transceiver itself. In a way, it knows when you push the talk, and it'll cut off the input to the SDR. So I hope this has been informative to you, and it seems to work pretty good. I like their devices so far, and like I said in my last video, this has pretty much replaced my cubic SDR software. And so I hope y'all enjoyed this, and y'all got some good information out of it. And maybe it'll interest you in one of their devices or not. I kind of like the network device they have, but it's about $500 for that baby. So with these devices here, you can actually run, with the SDRconnect software, you can actually run a web-based server in the background. If you've got a machine to dedicate to that, there's a tutorial on that on their site. They had some bugs with it, this latest release they did here, but they've gone through, I think, and fixed those. So anyways, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Mash that thumbs up button. Give me some likes here. Let's go. And share it with your buddies. So this is Peter, KJ5AJB with ham radio crib notes and 73s, guys.